Hey folks, as you can see, possibly see, we got a little snow last night. Yesterday was my last day on jury duty. Glad that was over. That was an experience, let me just say that. I have a ramp out there that I have to use to get into the building. It's a 3-level ramp, and I feel like that tore my right shoulder all up going up that ramp. It just put so much pressure on that bad part of my shoulder, and it didn't like that at all, that's for sure. So I decided today I'm going to go way out near where I shot my big buck. There's a straightaway before you get to the big buck straightaway that I've seen deer twice this year already. So with this snow and everything on the ground, I decided I'm going to go sit out there because that seems to be the most consistent place. I can look on the aerial photography there, and there's a huge swamp to my right and older clear cuts to my left of that road that I watch. So it's kind of a, good two things there. It's got food and it's got bedding, and it's got the water, seeing how we had a lot of drought this year and there wasn't a lot of water, but now we're getting into the fall. We've had a lot of rain now, and we also have snow today, so the moisture is not so much of a thing to pay attention to anymore, I don't think, right now anyway. But as you can see, we got a little bit of snow. Obviously I can't track my shoulder and stuff. I'm not gonna be able to walk much this year at all, sadly. That, and still having foot issues too, so I got a ways to go out here. Probably another 20 minutes at least driving, at least. So I'll get you some more footage when I get where I plan on sitting. Last week of deer season, and it's already Wednesday because I couldn't hunt Monday and Tuesday because of jury duty. It's last week of rifle season, I should say. There is muzzleloader. I can hunt for 1 week anywhere in the state, and then the second week you can only hunt in a certain few zones. In this zone we're in right now, I can't. So I'd have to go to the next zone below me, which is zone 17. Hunted a lot of that last year during muzzleloader too, so see what you can do. Here we are this morning. Just that puddle is, just on the other side of the puddle is 125 yards. The top of that hill past the puddle is 201. As far as I can see past that, it's 257 that I could get a reading on. See some nice tracks. And the snow on the way in here, about 3/4 of a mile away from here. Then there was some more, maybe a 1/4 of a mile away. So maybe something will move out here, we'll see. Always feels great after a nice little snowstorm to see what's up to show up today. Zoom in a little bit, boy. Nobody's going past me. There's no tracks at all, so see what happens. Well, the waiting game begins again. Sure feels nice to be out in the woods again after being on jury duty for first 2 days of the week. the sun showing up there, but now it's all overcast all of a sudden. This spot I'm sitting in now, I've seen things twice here in the morning, one at 8:30, one at 7 a.m. It's already after 7 and nothing's here yet. But I haven't seen anything come through here in the afternoon yet, so I don't know if I'll sit for the whole day in this one spot or not. Suppose we'll see what we see. Well, it's just after 9 o'clock. Haven't seen anything. It's getting kind of a weird weather day here. Had snow last night, and it was real foggy coming in here. Then I sat out here about 3/4 way out here. It started to clear up. And now I'm sitting out here and the sun was almost coming out, but now it's fogging in again. And then it's done this like 3 times, and then it gets bright and almost sunny again, and then the fog comes in again, and then bright again, and then the fog comes in. And it's getting foggy right now again. I think I am definitely going to just stay here for half the day. Like I said, usually the morning is when I've seen animals here. That's not to say that you wouldn't, but my last 2 times, that's what I've seen is in the morning. So afternoon, right after lunch or right around lunchtime, I'll head down the end of this road, not the end of it, but down further, and check for for tracks and stuff. And if I see anything promising there, I'll maybe sit down that way or come back through this way. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I'll show you what I have here. Okay, here's my dash. Usually I have a setup. I have my laser rangefinder here and my binoculars there. And I got the rifle here and the GoPro there. That's what we're looking at. Fog's rolling in again. At first when that fog was coming, I thought it was snow, but it's just fog. Nice and quiet today. Finally, it's not raining and it's not really windy. Nice to have a quiet day for once. I'll sit here for another 3 hours and see what happens. Guess we're getting a smorgasbord today, a little bit of everything. Rather have snow than rain anyway. Maybe something will come out. Well, hey folks, got my hair cut. Couldn't stand it any longer. Had to get it cut. Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I didn't want to look like a bum that I was looking like. Problem when deer season starts. By the time you get out of the woods, all the places are closed. So I decided to take the half day and go get it cut. And I bought some more ammo for my 7 PRC. Those bullets that it likes, the ELDX and the Federals. And now I'm sitting closer to home in a little straightaway. I just turned onto this dirt road and there was like an old logging yard on the right, but it's grown up. And there was a doe in there. I was looking at it. I drove by it and I just caught it through my eye and I backed up in and I was looking at her and I was just getting ready to think about loading up the rifle. And then I saw she turned around, and when she did, she had a young one with her and they both took off. So probably wouldn't have shot anyway, but we saw some deer today anyway. It's kind of, sun's finally coming out. It was all foggy and snowing and everything this morning, having a smorgasbord. Now we get a little bit of raindrop, but never ending. I'll sit out here till dark. This is near the stone walls and stuff that are in the woods here, and an old clear cut over here. There's a couple of trails crossing here in a couple of spots. Even this road's starting to grow in now, so you don't have nowhere near the range that you used to. I used to be able to see across the road and the other way. I can't even see the road now. I got about 100 yards worth of shooting lane here, and I'm off the side of the road a little bit, so I'm hidden a little bit, so not too bad. Who knows? Don't hurt to try. I didn't want to drive all the way back into Bank. I just wouldn't add enough time to get anywhere. So this is a lot closer to home, and it's definitely deer in here. I just haven't had a chance to get one yet, so show you where I am. Alright, here I am for the evening hunt. See, right at the very far end where you can see there, it opens up on the right hand side. It's sort of like a small logging yard down there. The deer will come out of there and head up to this hill here, and then they bed up in here for the evening, I believe. And they go down this way where the stone walls are and stuff, and it's old clear cuts in there, and another one behind me. So we'll see what happens here today. Looking all pretty nice with that sun now finally coming out. See what happens. I don't have much luck today. Probably would have helped if I had stayed in one place the whole day, but maybe not. Get tired of doing that and not seeing anything. I did have somebody comment about that a week or so ago. Said that one of my videos he watched, and that one actually was the one where I was way out in KI and I saw some deer down below. He said that was the worst 43 minutes of wasted time he's ever had in his life or something like that. Guess he didn't care for the video and didn't care to sit and watch. But, you know, that's part of these whole videos for me, is that shows you the determination and the endurance that you have to sit here and you watching. I don't even think the video was 43 minutes. For some reason he called it 43 minutes long. But you realize I sat there for 8 or 9 hours, probably, and made maybe a couple hours worth of video, and then I have to chop it down, and I try and take out things that don't need to be. I try to keep them small, but you know, you film all day, you got a lot of video, not all day. But you know, I usually have a couple hours of video that I have to work with to chop up. So just don't realize being disabled, having to hunt from a vehicle. You're in places where everybody can go, and people drive by all the time or whatever, so you try and find the deepest, furthest little nooks and crannies that maybe people won't go, and still people do. But it's just less people, but there's still people out there. So it's kind of, it is what it is. You know, so that's kind of having me think, I'm not sure. I have like 4 or 5 videos right now that I got to make. I haven't been making them because I was on jury duty. And on Sundays, the last couple of Sundays, I've been going to camp and working on that back wall and the chimney for the wood stove, trying to get that all ready so I can finally hook up the wood stove. It's pretty much all set. Me and my brother tried to hook up the pipe, actually, and we're short by just a couple inches, so I had to buy another elbow, and I got it in here. Another elbow for, excuse me, another elbow for that chimney. We might have to lift that stove up an inch or so I got to cut up all extra pieces of that plating that I put on the bottom of the hearth. So we might have to raise up the stove just that much to be able to get all the chimney to work, you know, without having to buy another full piece and then cut it. So that's part of that process I've been doing on Sundays. So I'm a little bit behind, and I was kind of a little discouraged after getting that comment. Not sure how to go about making these videos. I realize they're long, and I realize, yeah, there's not a lot on them, but that's the realities of hunting and my condition or situation, whatever you want to say, or other people the same way, you know, elderly people or other people who are disabled hunting, not just me. At least where I hunt. I know there's some places in southern Maine and stuff, you know, there's deer galore and little spots, but this is north central, where there's a lot of big woods, and, you know, if you don't have permission to hunt on somebody's, you know, 60-acre farm or 100, 200-acre farm with open fields and all kinds of, you know, food on the ground, then you're stuck in the woods. And that's what I do, and I enjoy it because that's how I've hunted my whole life practically, has had to be in this thick stuff in the woods. So it's kind of what I'm used to now, but I'm also used to not getting something every year, and some years you don't see anything. I saw 2 deer coming in on the way in here. They're off the side of the road, an old skidder yard sort of thing. But, you know, it wasn't a situation I could shoot. I was just driving in here. The gun wasn't ready and stuff, and it was another doe with a young one, so I don't know if I'd ever shoot it anyway. Don't like separating the young one from their mother. But, you know, sometimes when you shoot a doe, you don't realize there's a young one around either. But this is the last week of rifle season. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, Thursday. Then you just have Friday and Saturday, and then it turns to muzzleloader season for 2 weeks. The first week of muzzleloader season here in Maine, you can hunt in any zone. The second week of muzzleloader season, they take, I don't know, I can't say half the zones away, but probably, I don't know, a third of them maybe away that you can't hunt in anymore. And that's this zone I'm hunting in now. This is the one I've been hunting most of my season in. It's a pain in the rear end, and I don't understand why they do that, because there's plenty of deer in this zone, so I don't know why you can hunt in it one week and not the other. I mean, there's not a lot of muzzleloader hunters, for one thing, and you're really not going to let them hunt in the other zone for 1 week. That's going to make a big difference of anything. That ain't going to make a difference of anything to keep them out of the zone for 1 week like that. It don't make any sense at all. Muzzleloader hunting, you're actually, you know, you're limited in your range. You're limited in your second shot because you have to load it from the front, from the barrel. So it's not that easy it's not very quick for that part. So you got one shot, so you got to make sure you got a good shot, and your range is limited. Like I said, probably 200 yards for most muzzleloaders. You can get these long range ones that might reach out a little bit further, but, you know, those are in certain given situations where not likely most places. But I don't know. Maine has some strangely stupid laws they pass for things that make no sense at all. I mean, why wouldn't they do that with a rifle and allow people to hunt with muzzleloader for the full duration of time? I mean, a rifle, you got a lot more range. You'd think you'd go bow, then muzzleloader, then rifle. Or at least when you go muzzleloader, just give us our 2 weeks, crying out loud. Don't take half the zones away. Especially this zone I'm in. I'm in Quebec right now. I can't remember what zone this is. But there's plenty of deer. I mean, this is where they, out in Brownville, where they have the pantry everybody watches all winter, where they feed the deer all winter. I mean, there's tons of deer. There's a lot of them around. So I don't know why they do that. Well, anyway, I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to do with the creation of those other videos. I'm contemplating sort of just jumble them all together, saying, yeah, I hunted this day in this place for a couple of, you know, one day and didn't have any luck, making it all one video, just a short video. Or I can go along and make them their individual videos, but, you know, I saw deer in quite a few of them. Not quite a few, I guess 3, probably 3. Saw deer today too, but I didn't get it on video. So I don't know. If you guys want to give me a comment, let me know what you think. Do you get tired of seeing these videos with nothing on them? I realize everybody must understand by now. Anyway, especially, I don't even know if this person who commented knew I was disabled. Some people don't. They just like to comment and not realize what they're commenting about or who they're commenting about. But anyway, if you want to let me know, give me I'd appreciate some feedback on this. I'd like to know what y'all think about. Would you rather see me just group a bunch of videos together and say, short bits and say, yeah, I hunted this day for one or 2 minutes on the video, and I hunted this place the next day 1 or 2 minutes on the video, to make a week of it, especially since this last 2 weeks was my jury duty stuff, so kind of screwed with that too. I don't know. It is a lot of work, bringing stuff, dragging things around, cameras, and you're, instead of just getting ready to grab the gun to shoot, you got to think about turning the button on first, or if I have even more time, I'll like to turn the GoPro on and this camera and try and fit it into this holder on my windshield before I grab the gun. And by that time, most places I watch is just a short spot, especially a lot of these places now they're growing in. So you might have 3 or 4 seconds unless the deer doesn't see you and it's got his head to the ground. Then you might have a chance at getting a good video, but it's not as easy as everybody thinks. They watch these TV shows and they don't realize how people on TV, they can make the shot look like, after they get done shooting a deer, they can film themselves shooting the gun again somewhere. And you assume that that's the shot that they shot at the deer. You don't realize that that wasn't even may not even be the same day. They can do a lot of things they want to do is try and make it look like something that you think you're watching that you're really not. I thought of doing that too, but I want to make it realistic and as real as possible and true to everybody else to see how it is for me to hunt. Not, I could show you fake, I could show you pictures of or video recordings of other people's deer or go on the internet and pull some video of, a deer out in somebody's field and say, yeah, I saw this deer, but I decided not to shoot it. Put that in my video. You would never know. But trying to be realistic and honest about everything. And it is what it is, I guess. It gets frustrating sometimes. I got a little bit less than an hour left here. And we'll go home and figure out, I don't know if I'm going to hunt in the morning or not tomorrow, because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. And we'll see. See what I do. I might not. It depends on when we got to go and where we're going. I know we're going to my niece's. She wanted to host Thanksgiving again. I think she did it last year too. So, well, I think she moved from where she was in Milford to Bangor, I think. So, we'll see. I'll show you where I am.